Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first PLE of season number 2. We are here in St. Louis, Missouri. We are here in the home of the Arch and the home of BackLash. Here tonight, we are going to go ahead and open up with the Women's Intercontinental Championship matchup. Introducing first, she is the number 1 contender to the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Ivy Nile, ladies and gentlemen, is here. She has been climbing up the ranks. She has made it to a PLE, and she is fighting for an opportunity at becoming the brand new Women's Intercontinental Championship. And her opponent, the one that's going to make it very hard for Ivy Nile to become champion here tonight, she is the Women's Intercontinental Champion, the protege, Roxanne Perez, is here. And she is looking for her first title defense, and she was able to go ahead and win this Intercontinental Championship over at WrestleMania, now here in the first PLE of season number 2 of My Universe. Roxanne Perez looking to go ahead and defend it. Here tonight, Ivy Nile, Roxanne Perez, our opening matchup, and still some incredible matches that are going to be happening here tonight. But we're opening up and starting things out with an absolute bang. What an incredible city this is, St. Louis, and what an incredible opportunity. First PLE last season was BackLash. In fact, it was the very first episode of My Universe since then. Almost a year ago today, we have built so much. We have, learned so much. So much has happened with storylines, with storytelling, with absolutely everything. And here tonight, we return as the very first PLE of season number 2, BackLash. We begin this matchup. Roxanne Perez puts her championship on the line against the number 1 contender, Ivy Nile. And Roxanne Perez, a little bit of a stare down. Roxanne Perez wanted Ivy Nile to get the first shot. Ivy Nile, out of a bit of respect, says, "No, I can't do that." But now they're going at it. It wasn't like they were going to hold on and hold back for too long. And very quickly into this match, we have some back and forth action, man. I have just so much energy pumping through my veins, so much excitement to be back here at a PLE, and what incredible PLEs we have set for you guys throughout the course of season number 2. As Roxanne Perez with some furious, fast right fists straight to the face of Ivy Nile. And Roxanne Perez now climbing the top rope, maybe looking to put this match away nice and early as she looks for the pinfall. 1, 2. A kick out at 2 by Ivy Nile, but very quickly, it is Roxanne Perez who is setting the bar very high for what Ivy Nile is going to have to do to even compete with Roxanne Perez, let alone having to overtake her and trying to win the Intercontinental Championship here tonight, as Ivy Nile looking to do some big damage, is able to do a little bit. Finally getting onto the attack, may have just jinxed her right there as Roxanne Perez quickly. And I just freaking jinxed Roxanne Perez. Maybe I should just shut up and put some music on, because I keep on jinxing these women. Ivy Nile doing some nice damage, dropping Roxanne Perez face first straight onto the mat. As now Ivy Nile awaits a slow rising Roxanne Perez, who is now, hold on, quick roll up by Roxanne Perez. 1, a kick out at 1, but the tables turned very quickly. Now once again, it is Ivy Nile who is in control and on the attack, but she better watch out, because things can happen just like that. Roxanne Perez countering once again, and now gonna look to fly off the top ropes, dropping Ivy Nile straight onto the concrete floor. And Roxanne Perez, out of nowhere, switching things around. I mean, you expect Ivy Nile to do a little bit of damage, but when you least expected it, is Roxanne Perez, the prodigy, who turns things around, and now Roxanne Perez on the attack. A huge knee drop, and Ivy Nile may be out as Roxanne Perez gonna look for Pop Rocks or signature finish. That's gonna be it. 1, 2, oh, kick out at 2 by Ivy Nile. Look at the shock on the face of Roxanne Perez. I mean, you should see the shock on my face. I thought that was it for this opening matchup, but somehow Ivy Nile able to find enough strength to go ahead and kick out at 2, and out only as she kicked out at 2. She is now on the attack, and Roxanne Perez may be in trouble as Roxanne Perez is still fighting back. Ivy Nile now having to use her ropes to kind of just barely hang on. Roxanne Perez trying to do some damage onto Ivy Nile. Realize maybe Ivy Nile's a bit of a wall right there. And Ivy Nile looking for the submission. Old Roxanne Perez may be in trouble. Roxanne Perez knees to the face of Ivy Nile and being able to escape the submission hold. And now Ivy Nile is trying to keep that momentum going. Her face is bleeding. Roxanne Perez smells blood in the water, and she is ready to dive deep to get this victory as she climbs the top rope. Frog splash, big impact done onto Ivy Nile. I mean, look at her forehead. It's freaking gushing with blood. Yes, she keeps on going here now, sending Roxanne Perez straight into the turnbuckle. Ivy Nile looking to charge something up here, boot to the stomach of Roxanne Perez. Now a quick pinfall. 1, 2. A kick out at 2 by Roxanne Perez. Ivy Nile gonna have to do a little bit more if she wants to beat Roxanne Perez right here for the Intercontinental Championship. Oh, looking for the elbow drop. Roxanne Perez able to move out of the way. Now some more right fist straight into the already bleeding face of Ivy Nile. But who's here? Bayley? Is she really here? What is going on? We thought this was a matchup between Ivy Nile and Roxanne Perez. It may just be a distraction, but Bayley may be trying to still go for that Intercontinental Championship, as Roxanne Perez was able to prevent the attack from Ivy Nile, but so was Ivy Nile, as now big damage being done. Suplex onto Roxanne Perez, and that little distraction was a big opportunity for Ivy Nile. Fortunately for Roxanne Perez, she was ready, she was prepared. Maybe she expected something like this, as Roxanne Perez now waits inside of the ring. Ivy Nile outside, slowly getting up. The referee's count is barely at 3. I'm sure she'll be able to go ahead and meet it. Or I guess get back inside of the ring beforehand. As the referee's count gets to 4, Ivy Nile just walks around kind of staring down her opponent. It gets to 6. She better quickly get inside, and she does. Roxanne Perez trying to instantly go for the missile drop kick, but instead it is Ivy Nile who once again is going to look for the submission hold, squeezing harder than ever. Ivy Nile to become the Intercontinental Champion. No, Roxanne Perez once again able to use her knees to go ahead and escape that. Now a huge stunner into the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Roxanne Perez has done it. She is still the Intercontinental Champion. However, if whoever played that music, if it truly was Bayley, and she quickly has her next opponent set out for her, and the next person that's going to be chasing her. Of course, Bayley has been trying to go for that title since the last Backlash. Since Becky Lynch has been champion, Bayley got multiple opportunities, continued to fail, and maybe now that she sees a bit of a younger, less experienced superstar compared to Becky Lynch, maybe this is when Bayley is deciding, hey, Lyra isn't on Raw anymore, Becky isn't champion, it's my time to shine, and maybe that's what's Bayley. That's what Bayley's gonna go for. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but for now, the celebrations begin for Roxanne Perez as she has successfully defended her title for the very first time here at Backlash against Ivy Nile, still the Intercontinental Champion. Congratulations to the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. Big damage done to her opponent, showing that just because she lacks that experience on the main roster does not mean she can't get the job done. Congratulations to Roxanne Perez on defending her Intercontinental Championship. And now, talking about Intercontinental Championships, our next matchup, we have Rusev versus the Ruler Obafemi. Intercontinental Championship on the line. That is up next. And of course, coming out first, the number one contender, the challenger here tonight, former multiple-time United States champion Rusev is here, and I believe this might be his first PLE. I could be mistaken, but this could be his first PLE for a title ever since his return. I think he had a one PLE match against Sheamus. That was part of the Last Time Is Now tournament. It was, I guess, it wasn't a regular show, so I guess you could count that. But even then, I think this may be the first time we do see Rusev on a, I guess, true PLE. So, welcome back, Rusev, to the PLE Live. Back then, they were still called pay-per-views. It isn't really a big change. It's still the same thing, just different name. But nevertheless, the first time that Rusev will be going ahead and taking part of a PLE is here tonight. He faces off against the Ruler, Obafemi. Rusev, of course, winning a triple threat match against Ludwig Kaiser and Dirty Dominic Mysterio in order to go ahead and get this championship opportunity. And here he is, his opponent, the Intercontinental Champion, the Ruler of WWE, Obafemi. Yes, sir. Ooh, look at this beast, man. Look at this guy. Such a dominant man here within the channel. All wins. He has only lost once here on the channel. One time. And besides that, all he do is win, 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 no matter what. As the fans are chanting, Oba, Oba. The Intercontinental Champion is here. And he is looking to defend his championship against Rusev here tonight. This might be, I'm trying to think if this is the first PLE for, I guess Obafemi was at Saturday night's main event for the first main roster PLE. But apart from the Saturday night's main event, this is his first Backlash? Well, never mind. He was at WrestleMania. How could I forget the way he obliterated Austin Theory? My apologies, Obafemi. But, anyhow, it is time for our second matchup of the night. We've already seen Roxanne Perez, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, go ahead and successfully defend her title. Will Obafemi be able to follow in her footsteps? Or are we going to be able to see Obafemi's second loss here on the channel and a brand new Intercontinental Champion? We'll see as we are ready to begin this match. Rusev, Obafemi start off hot. Oh, look at these two instantly going at it. And Obafemi able to get a little bit of that extra advantage. Big clothesline to Rusev now with some elbow drops. And this is truly just going to be a battle of no bread, no water, just meat, man. These two are bound to give us a phenomenal matchup here tonight. Of course, still to come. Later tonight, we will be seeing the Ring General Gunther, the self-proclaimed career killer, face off against Goldberg as Goldberg puts his career on the line but also trying to get that victory in order to kind of humble Gunther, show him what a true legend looks like, and also to, have Gunther be a little bit more respectful towards the legends here within the WWE and the legends he has already retired. And then we will be seeing Naomi versus Jade Cargill as Jade Cargill defends her women's WWE Championship for the very first time in this title reign. Her very first one here within the WWE as a women's world champion. And then, of course, in the main event, St. Louis's very own The Viper, Randy Orton, the 15-time world champion, gives Cody Rhodes his rematch, a repeat of WrestleMania. That's to come in the main event with the WWE Championship on the line. But for now, we continue our focus here on this matchup, as Obafemi was looking for the pinfall right there, was not able to get the 3 count. Rusev is already bleeding, and Obafemi seems as though this man is just barely getting started as he awaits a slow rising Rusev, who is sent straight onto the table. Obafemi trying to put Rusev on top of the table. Rusev fighting back. Obafemi able to duck right there, at least for a little bit. Rusev picks up Obafemi. Look at the strength on Rusev. And while Obafemi is able to escape, that's just to show, Rusev got that meat. He got that power. It's not just anybody who can go ahead and pick up Obafemi like that. As a double axe handle by Obafemi, who also resets the referee's count as they had gotten to 7, now back to 1. Obafemi slams down Rusev on the outside of the ring. Obafemi doing enormous damage onto Rusev, still trying to use that announcer's table in order to do damage, as he now picks up Rusev on top of the table, and instead it is Rusev fighting back. Obafemi fighting back as well. Both men still in this, as Obafemi gotta look for a DDT right onto the table on the already bleeding head of Rusev. Obafemi doing even more damage, and the referee's count gets to 7. We want to see a definitive winner right here, right now. Referee's count gets to 8. Both men back inside of the ring. And it is Obafemi who is in control. Elbow drop onto Rusev. Rusev honestly has not done much damage. It has been the rule of Obafemi who has been in control. Sure, a couple punches, a couple kicks, maybe picking his opponent up is what Rusev has been doing. But it has not been enough. Another DDT by Obafemi. As now Obafemi off of the middle ropes with a big splash. And we can see there Rusev bleeding even more, to the point where his blood is dripping onto the mat. Obafemi, the Intercontinental Champion, is in control, and Rusev is not being able to do anything. Maybe he can do something now. Big splash, picking up the huge Intercontinental Champion, but only for a bit. A headbutt by Obafemi onto the already bleeding face of Rusev. Hold on, Obafemi may be out. 1. Oh no. Rusev gonna have to do a whole lot more if he wants to go ahead and even puts Obafemi down for the 2 count, let alone the full 1, 2, 3, and Obafemi gonna look for the fall from Grace. A very powered up, charged up fall from Grace, and there was no way Rusev kicks out of this. That is right. Obafemi, in a very dominant fashion, is able to go ahead and defend his Intercontinental Championship. Rusev had little to no action towards the end. He finally started moving. He finally started giving us something, but by then it was too late, as Obafemi hits Rusev with that supercharged, that overpowered fall from Grace, which made sure that Rusev would not be able to even think about kicking out. Was able to pin him for the 1, 2, and 3, and just like that, Obafemi leaves St. Louis still the Intercontinental Champion. And now his second title defense in this reign, Obafemi is still the Intercontinental Champion. Congratulations to the ruler, Obafemi. And we now move on to our next match of the night. We have the Ring General Gunther, the self-proclaimed career killer, versus Goldberg. He's already ended Kevin Owens' career, Rey Mysterio's career, AJ Styles' career. And now here tonight, he looks to add Goldberg to the list. You could say the face of WCW with Goldberg. If he's able to retire him tonight, he would retire the face of WCW. With Kevin Owens, one of the many faces, if not the face of Ring of Honor. Rey Mysterio, the face of Lucha Libre. And with AJ Styles, the face of TNA, Gunther is wiping the best of the best, the top guys, all simply because he couldn't beat Obafemi. He couldn't be the one to retire John Cena in his very last match. That threw him in a crazy spiral. And since then, he's been getting rid of multiple legends and multiple superstars left and right. Goldberg is coming back here tonight. Second time in action. Of course, we did see him face off against Logan Paul as he took off some of that rust in a very, very dominant fashion. Easily beat Logan Paul. I believe he got it done in like 2 minutes, something like that. So, he don't got much rust on him, right? He's ready for this matchup. But there's a big difference between the Ring General and the Maverick, Logan Paul. I'm hoping Goldberg doesn't retire here tonight, and I'm hoping he can be the one to humble Gunther, to smack some sense into him so that he can at least respect these people that he has retired, and rather than retiring these legends on his timing, allowing these legends to retire on their own timing, and allowing them to live out these final months, final years of professional wrestling the way that they want it. So here tonight, I have to be neutral, yes, but I'm gonna say it. I'm praying that Goldberg blesses us with the victory here tonight. I am praying that we are able to see the Ring General take a loss here tonight in order to just humble him down. He just needs a little bit more. And I wasn't a big fan of Goldberg putting his career on the line. I knew this was the only way that Gunther would go ahead and accept the match. But the thing is, if you lose, you're only going to feel his ego that much more. So, you know, you can win a lot, but you're also putting a lot on the line by feeding Gunther's ego even more. But nevertheless, our third matchup here tonight, Goldberg versus Gunther, going at it. We start off nice and quickly, a lot like the Obafemi and Rusev match with some back and forth action. As Goldberg looking to take advantage at this very moment. Gunther gonna give him that advantage, but prevents the attack. Goldberg still able to come back out on top of that little back and forth action as he now picks up and slams down the Ring General Gunther. Goldberg off the middle ropes, looking to fly, is able to make some nice impact as he looks for the pinfall. One. A quick kick out at one by the Ring General Gunther. As now Goldberg targeting the left arm and face of Gunther. Goldberg continuing, and right now things are looking very nicely as he's in control. Gunther was looking for the clothesline, but a big counter by Goldberg, who smacks him back down onto the mat. And now Goldberg awaits a slow rising Gunther as he sends him straight into the turnbuckle. And now, Gunther is able to counter. Instead, switching roles, Goldberg is able to counter. And now Gunther able to counter both men very much in this matchup. And these two are definitely going to be going at it here tonight. Battle of Titans. As one looks to continue his reign of terror. The other looks to humble down his opponent and end that reign of terror. And Gunther with a boot to the face of Goldberg. Lots of disrespect there, just freaking folding him like an omelet as he falls to the outside of the ring. Gunther quickly meets him out there. Hits him with a nice old chop as Gunther wants to make sure to do as much damage. Goldberg is able to counter right there, sending Gunther back inside of the ring. And now Goldberg off of the top ropes, maybe looking to fly. Oh, but Gunther able to move out of the way. And now Gunther was looking to fly. Goldberg this time being the one to be able to move out of the way. And Gunther gonna look for the powerbomb right here. The one that has put so many people away. He doesn't put as much force on it, but definitely does some big damage onto Goldberg. It's now Gunther grabs Goldberg up, looking for a big smack, but oh, Goldberg returns. And once again, we have some back and forth action in this match. Both of these gentlemen giving everything they got and going at it. Both men want to leave here with the victory. Only one can do it. And who will it be? Will it be the self-proclaimed career killer, the ring general Gunther, or Goldberg, as these two continue going at it back and forth? And Gunther with a big clothesline drops Goldberg. And now Gunther may have the advantage here as he looks to pick up Goldberg. Oh no, looks to put him into the sleeper hold. Goldberg may be in trouble. Goldberg is still fighting back and escapes. Gunther almost, definitely scared me, and I'm sure scared the rest of the world as he almost put Goldberg away. Rules reverses. Now Goldberg may be able to put Gunther away. Can this be it? 1, 2. Kick out of 2, and Gunther stays alive. These two will continue to go at it as Goldberg multiple stomps onto the torso of Gunther. Look at that chest, look at the back of Gunther, who has taken so much damage. His damage is being shown on his body, and while Goldberg has taken lots of damage too, his body isn't turning red, and this is a very good sign. His body doesn't feel that fatigue. It's not feeling as much as that pain. This may allow him to get the victory as he drops Gunther face first, and now looks to pick him up and slam him down. As Goldberg now may be looking for the final blow. He's going to look for a submission of his own. The armbar submission hold. But Gunther very swiftly moving out of the way. Couple punches to the face of Goldberg. And now a quick roll-up by Gunther. 1, 2. Switcheroonie is now Goldberg. Quick kick out by Gunther. We're just talking about the fact that there was not much damage being shown on the body of Goldberg, but I do believe his face has been cracked open right there. Gunther was looking for the finish. Goldberg able to counter a bleeding Goldberg to put the ring general away. Big smackdown. Goldberg is in control. No, Gunther is still in this as he fights back. Gunther is fighting back while Goldberg is still having that slight advantage of being in control. No, Gunther now with a big uppercut. Somehow this man is still fighting back. The ring general proving exactly why he's retired Kevin Owens, why he's retired Rey Mysterio, why he's retired AJ Styles, and why he very well may be capable of retiring Goldberg here tonight as he now looks for a big smackdown onto the body of Goldberg. Is now going to look for the pinfall, looking to use the ropes as an advantage. 1. Referee is able to see that. Thank goodness. It would have sucked to see Goldberg retire to such a cheating way like that. So thank you, ref, for being able to use one of your 5 senses to be able to see that right there. And now this is an opportunity for Goldberg to be able to get back in. At least it was for a moment. Missile drop kick by Gunther drops Goldberg. And now Gunther with another missile drop kick, and Goldberg is struggling. I mean, he's older. He's been keeping up well, but this may be it as Gunther is me. Oh no, that's it. 1, 2, 3. And I couldn't even get any words to process there. The moment I saw Gunther charging up for that signature powerbomb, I knew that was going to be over. The look on Goldberg's face, the tiredness, the fatigue slowly showing. And maybe it wasn't that Gunther's body was showing more. Maybe Goldberg was just better at hiding it. But in the end, that final powerbomb adds another retirement to the career-killing list of Gunther. Kevin Owens, check. Rey Mysterio, check. AJ Styles, check. And now Goldberg, check. Goldberg has came trying to humble Gunther, but has only done more to feed his ego. Goldberg officially retired from professional wrestling, and the ring general, the career killer, Gunther, lives on, continuing to fill up his ego, and maybe continuing to look for more careers to end. As we now hop into our co-main events of the night, feeling very sad right now. Another retirement. I didn't watch Goldberg as much growing up, I haven't had the honor of commentating many matches. It was honestly just that Logan Paul match and this match right here. So I don't, have to say that connection with him, or I don't know much of him in the sense that I've seen his matches or I've seen what he does. But it's always so sad seeing legendary superstars have their careers ended, not by them, but by someone else. I see that as a huge sign of disrespect. And Gunther just does not seem to care. He does not seem to, want to stop. And he adds another career to his list of retirements. Thank you, Goldberg, for your time in WCW, WWE, throughout, everything that you have done in professional wrestling. But here tonight, his career is over. So, not RIP to Goldberg, but RIP to his career. As for now, as I mentioned, we have the co-main event of the night. Introducing first, already in the ring, the number one contender to the Women's WWE Championship. He's already faced for a couple of times a former world champion as well, Naomi. And her opponent, she is the Women's WWE Championship, Jade Cargill, was able to go ahead and beat Bianca Belair to become champion. And this tonight being her very first title defense in her title reign. She is a one-time women's world champion here within the WWE. And Naomi is her very first challenger. And honestly, I do think a serious threat to her title reign on the very first shot. It has been a big rivalry between Bianca, between Jade, between Naomi. These three have been going at it for quite some time. And, well, Bianca's got to turn with the title. She gave opportunities to Jade, to Naomi. They both failed. Eventually, Jade earned herself another one through the Elimination Chamber. Won it. Maybe that can repeat, gives opportunities to Naomi and Bianca. They both fail, and then maybe Naomi wins the Money in the Bank, and then she gets her shot. We can end this off at WrestleMania in an enormous triple threat match. I wouldn't mind that. But unfortunately, this isn't a story we can control. We have to see how these two women go at it here tonight and maybe shock the world and go off of my plan, or do whatever happens. Yeah. Of course, still to come later tonight in the main event, we have Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. A rematch of WrestleMania. This time it is Randy Orton who comes in as WWE Champion and will be putting his championship on the line as Cody Rhodes receives his rematch. Not only that, if Cody Rhodes loses here tonight, he can no longer challenge for the WWE Championship as long as Randy Orton is champion. So make sure you guys continue to stay tuned, continue watching, as that will come for our main event matchup. But first, Naomi, Jade Cargill, the Women's WWE Championship on the line, and quickly as this matchup begins, it was Jade Cargill who was trying to get an advantage, attacking Naomi before the bell even rang, but Naomi saw this coming, is able to duck it. Instead, Naomi uses this as an opportunity to go ahead and be in control as Jade Cargill slowly getting up Naomi off of the top ropes. Big damage being done onto Jade Cargill. And Naomi isn't done there. She was looking for a leg drop, not positioning herself very well right there. Still able to get a nice hit onto Jade Cargill. And Naomi is starting off strong. A spear from Jade Cargill instantly into the pinfall, and instantly may win the match. A kick out at one by Naomi. It's Jade Cargill, who had been taking lots of damage very early on to this matchup, showing that, this is going to go on for a while because she can fight back, as she does so here with a nice little headbutt. And now Jade Cargill is being countered as Naomi with some damage of her own. Of course, these two know each other very well, so I would not be surprised if we continue to see lots of countering, lots of maneuvering between one another, as Naomi was looking for the pinfall right there. Jade Cargill able to kick out. Naomi now looking for some more damage, this time looking for the splash, is able to connect. However, Jade Cargill has a look of determination on her face as she looks for the spear. Another spear onto Naomi. Jade Cargill, well, she has very little damage done onto Naomi in the sense of how long she's been attacking. The damage by those little, small loans of attacks have been enormous. Two spears and now a big splash off of the top ropes, knee to the face of Naomi. Jade Cargill doing some enormous damage. As I said, maybe he hasn't had the most time in control, but she has definitely done almost a even amount of damage as Naomi has done to her. And that is to show exactly why she is the Women's WWE Champion at the moment. As Jade Cargill, Naomi going at it here tonight for the Women's WWE Championship. Jade Cargill! Is this enough to put Naomi away? Naomi very quickly kicking out of things. Jade Cargill giving some talk to the referee. Definitely disappointed with that. Showing off as well, but maybe she wanted the referee to count a little faster. Nevertheless, I do think Naomi would have been able to go ahead and kick out of that. And now Naomi is going to look for a pinfall of her own. Is this enough to become champion? 1, 2. A switcheroni now. Jade Cargill with an opportunity. And these two switching back and forth as Jade Cargill, Naomi, another opportunity, a kick out. And now Naomi, the woman in control, an opportunity now to do some nice damage. She was looking to fly, but saw that Jade Cargill got up quickly. Oh! Jade Cargill was looking for another spear right there, the third of the match. Naomi able to just shove her out of the way, yet Jade Cargill continues on fighting as she now picks up Naomi and drops her back first onto the mat. And Jade Cargill isn't finished here, as she wants to look for the final nail in the coffin. Naomi may be in trouble as Jade Cargill looking for her signature move. Face first onto the mat. Is she going to roll her up for the pinfall, or is she going to look for more? Jade Cargill is looking to celebrate. This may be a mistake, but if the champion feels like she got it, then she got it, maybe not. As Naomi fights back, able to counter with a nice kick. Now grabbing Jade Cargill, and now going to use the ropes as a way to do some extra damage onto Jade Cargill. Naomi, in order to become the new Women's WWE Champion, but Jade Cargill is still fighting back in this matchup as we have some back and forth action between these two women who are still going at it. Jade Cargill, Naomi, who will be able to win this back and forth action, and who will leave here tonight as the WWE Women's Champion. These two are still going at it. It is Jade Cargill who may be the one leaving as the WWE Women's Champion, doing some enormous damage onto Naomi. And she could look for the pinfall here. No, she wants to look for more. The final nail in the coffin for her first successful title defense. Naomi, thank you for coming, but you have just been whooped by Jade. You know what? Jade is looking for more, and already bleeding Naomi, shaking her head. No, more damage being done onto Naomi. Jade Cargill looking for more. Naomi is still in this. What the heck? How is Naomi still standing and out countering Jade Cargill? Boot to the face by Naomi. Naomi is still in this matchup. I cannot believe it. How is she physically even moving? Leg drop onto the body of Jade Cargill. And now Naomi may be looking for the finish. Jade Cargill may be biting off more than she can chew. And now Naomi looks for the pinfall. Is this enough? 1, 2, 3. Kick out at toe. And you see the frustration in Naomi's face as Jade Cargill has been able to kick out. Both women continue to do damage. Hold on. Now a quick. I thought this was a roll-up instead of submission. Can Naomi win by submission? Yes, she can. What? Jade Cargill tapping. And Naomi has just ended the reign of Jade Cargill in her very first, was supposed to be title defense, but she didn't defend it. She has lost it. Unbelievable. Jade Cargill held the championship for quite some time, but because she hadn't defended it first time, she puts her title on the line. Naomi is able to tap her out, and we have a brand new Women's WWE Champion. This is historic. This is shocking. This is record-breaking. Naomi is now a 3-time world champion here within the WWE. I am in absolute shock. We have a brand new women's champion. Jade Cargill in her first title defense loses her title, and we have a brand new women's world champion, Naomi. The heat, the rivalry between Naomi, between Bianca, between Jade Cargill only rises higher. And now not only does Bianca have a rematch opportunity, now that Jade lost, she has her rematch opportunity as well, and we have a brand new WWE Women's Champion. This is what I live for. Shocks like this. Jade Cargill. I thought she had what it took to win the match here tonight. That is unbelievable. We have a brand new Women's WWE Champion. That is incredible. Congratulations to Naomi. on being able to go ahead and get it done. And ladies and gentlemen, with that title change, with that shock here tonight, it is time for the main event of the evening. This is it. The main event of the very first PLE of Season 2 of My Universe Backlash, St. Louis. We've had successful title defenses. We've had new champions. We've had egos lifted, careers ended. And it all accumulates for this main event. Introducing first, the American Nightmare, the two-time former WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes, in the WrestleMania rematch, looks to become a three-time world champion here within the WWE. And in his way, the man who ended his second reign, the Viper, Randy Orton, St. Louis's very own, here tonight. What we saw at WrestleMania, we get to see once again. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, the main event here tonight. As a reminder, if I haven't said it enough already, if Cody Rhodes is not able to leave here tonight as the WWE Champion, if he loses here tonight against the Viper, Randy Orton, then Cody Rhodes can no longer challenge for the WWE Championship as long as Cody Rhodes is champion. Excuse me, as long as Randy Orton is champion. Mix up of names, but here he is. Randy freaking Orton. A legend, man. An absolute beast. A 15-time world champion. Two away from the greatest of all time, John Cena. So maybe if he wants to catch up, maybe he loses here tonight on purpose. He gets his rematch clause, wins it back, and wins his 16th. I doubt he would want to do it that way. But here tonight, Randy Orton's very first title defense ever since becoming a 15-time world champion. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, rematch of WrestleMania. I'm excited to see how this will go. Lots on the line, especially for Cody Rhodes. But if he's willing to put that much on the line, I bet you he's willing to do a whole lot more inside of the ring in order to make sure not only does he leave here as champion, but he doesn't cut those opportunities away, never fighting for WWE Championship as long as Randy Orton is champion. If he puts that much on the line, I'm sure he's going to be able to put much more inside of the ring. So very excited here tonight. The WWE Championship on the line. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. I mean, this is it. The end after this match. The end of the very first PLE of season number 2 of My Universe. After this, we keep on moving back to Raw, back to SmackDown for a little bit. I think the next PLE may or may not be Money in the Bank. Exciting times. Of course, last Money in the Bank winners, LA Knight, Charlotte Flair. LA Knight was able to become the World Heavyweight Champion for a little bit, eventually losing it to Seth frickin' Rollins. Charlotte Flair, on the other hand, failed, and she can no longer ever challenge, not just within title, and she can never challenge for the Women's WWE Championship again. She can challenge for US, IC, Tag Team, Women's World Championship, but not the WWE Women's Championship ever again. So Cody Rhodes kind of has it easy because it's only between Randy's reign, which will eventually one day end, whether it's through losing or retirement. So Cody at least knows in the future he can get one. But it's still a big loss. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, the main event here tonight. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, these guys are pretty good friends. And they know this is just business. This is just what has to be done if they want to be the top of the hierarchy here within the WWE. They do shake hands at the beginning of this matchup, but they are not going to hold back as quickly. They jump into some back and forth action. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, the main event here tonight. A rematch of WrestleMania, as this time it is Randy who walks in as champion. This time Randy puts his title on the line, but Cody also putting the opportunity at future championships on the line, as if he loses, he can no longer challenge for the WWE Championship. As long as Randy is champion, he will be able to challenge for IC's United States Tag Teams World Heavyweight Championships, but not that title that Randy holds if he loses here tonight, as he was quickly looking for the pinfall, but a quick kick out at one by Randy Orton, as Cody Rhodes is very quickly taking control of this matchup as he sends Randy Orton straight into the turnbuckle. Now a big clothesline as Cody Rhodes looks to climb the middle turnbuckle. Looking to fly, but Randy Orton interrupting as he drops Cody Rhodes. And now some big fist. Some big right hooks to the face of Cody Rhodes. And now Randy Orton looking to target the left arm. Oh no, that's actually the right arm of Cody Rhodes, just stomping on the fingers and hand. The big damage being done by the Viper Randy Orton. He hits a little stretch. He is just warming up. Cody Rhodes still able to counter. A lot on the line here in this main event. A suplex by Randy Orton. And Cody Rhodes may be in trouble as Randy Orton is starting to warm up now, looking for the submission hold, and Cody Rhodes may be in trouble. Cody Rhodes able to escape. Now a big clothesline onto Randy Orton. Is right here going to look for a big knee drop to the face of Randy. And Cody is able to go ahead and connect now, targeting the left arm of Randy Orton. Stomp to the face, trying to return the favor of the damage that was done to him. He is swept by Randy, who was able to counter him. And now Randy Orton looking to climb the very top turnbuckle. A slow rising Cody Rhodes. A flying Randy Orton double axe handle misses as Cody Rhodes able to now switch things into the pedigree. And Randy Orton may be out very quickly into this matchup. 1, 2. A kick out at 2 by Randy Orton. But surprising to see Cody Rhodes looking for the finish so quickly. And it seems to be working. But also against his favor, because that just woke Randy up, and now Randy, big DDT using the rope as assistance. He may have just opened up the skull of Cody Rhodes there, and Randy isn't finished. Now going to look for the RKO. Cody Rhodes able to counter. That would have been very dangerous if Randy would have hit that RKO so early on to this matchup. And the face of Cody Rhodes is bleeding. Randy able to counter as now Randy looks to pick up Cody Rhodes and now dropping him neck first onto the ropes, targeting those air passages of Cody Rhodes, and now looking for the pinfall. Just barely able to kick out at 2. Cody Rhodes has already taken lots of damage in this matchup. DDT by Randy Orton onto the already bleeding face. But look at Cody. A second win. A little boost of adrenaline. And now he is rocking. He has energy. He is looking for the Cody. Never mind. He is countered. And while he fights back, there it is. Connects. And that may be it to become a 3-time WWE Champion. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Randy Orton is still in this matchup and now fighting back as Randy Orton connects with the RKO. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Cody Rhodes. Both men throwing everything they have at each other, because I know exactly what is on the line, and both men still kicking out. This matchup continues as now some big hits by Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes looking to do some more damage. A clothesline drops Randy. Now a big boot to the back of Randy Orton. Big fist, and Cody Rhodes is not holding back right now. He is not, holding his punches. He is letting go, and Randy isn't either. is Randy Orton. Oh, this may be a tricky position for Cody Rhodes as Randy Orton may be looking for another DDT. A very signature move of Randy. Cody Rhodes face first onto the mat, a huge stunner. And Randy isn't finished, because you know what's next? The 3 most dangerous words in wrestling ever. Well, at least I thought so. I thought he would be looking for those 3 letters. But it looks like he's looking to do some damage in a different way for now. As Randy Orton now just smacking the head, almost breaking the neck of Cody Rhodes right there. Cody having to use the ropes in order to get some support and stand up quickly. Big damage being done by Randy. Clothesline to the back of the body of Cody Rhodes. Now going to look for the pinfall. 1, 2. A kick out at 2 by Cody Rhodes. This match continues. And Randy, we see some frustration building, maybe even a little bit of shock as he isn't able to put away Cody Rhodes right there. And now Cody countering. Big clothesline drops Randy Orton. And now Cody Rhodes with an opportunity here. Knee drop. Both men seem to be bleeding. Both men dropping blood, sweat, and tears to leave here tonight as champion. Cody Rhodes was looking for a big splash, and while he made some connection there with his legs, Randy ended up doing more damage to Cody by being able to move out of the way. And now Randy Orton awaits a slow rising Cody Rhodes. Maybe in a very dangerous position, was looking for the RKO. Another counter by Cody Rhodes, who prevents the RKO. And instead, it is going to be Cody Rhodes who hits the pedigree. Randy Orton may be in trouble, because now Cody Rhodes wants to look for more. As Cody Rhodes connects. Is this going to be enough? Well, it may not be enough for Cody, because he wants to look for more. He wants to hit a second, and he connects. And Cody Rhodes now awaits a slow rising Randy Orton as Cody may be looking for the final finish, and now Randy Orton is still in this matchup. Now countering Cody Rhodes, picks him up, puts him on his shoulders, drops him face first onto the turnbuckle. And somehow, Randy Orton still standing, still in this matchup. Randy Orton still here. Gonna look for the 3rd DDT off of the ropes. 3rd one of the night. And connects. Another huge stunner onto Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton now taking in the moment. Picking up Cody Rhodes. And what is he going to look to do? Sends him to the ropes. Smacks him down. And this is going to be it. The Viper is going to look for the famous 3 letters. The RKO connects. Now into the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Randy Orton has done it. His first title defense here in this title reign. Successful title defense. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, an insane classic of a matchup they just gave us. But in the end, it is a 15-time world champion, the current WWE champion, Randy Orton, who with his signature RKO is able to get the job done. Pin Cody Rhodes for the 1, the 2, the 3. And just like that, not only does Randy have his first successful title defense, not only does he leave his hometown of St. Louis still the champion, but now Cody Rhodes can no longer challenge for the WWE Championship as long as Randy Orton is champion. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The first PLE of Season 2 of My Universe. We saw Roxanne Perez retain her women's IC title. Oba retain his IC title. Gunther retired Goldberg, a new women's WWE champion, and Naomi. And lastly, the Viper Randy Orton successfully defend his WWE Championship in a WrestleMania rematch against Cody Rhodes. The Viper gets the job done. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys all next time.